not normal.
Are you tired of the mucus? The mucus in your nose, in your throat, in your lungs? Are you tired of suffering, of not being able to breathe well, of the inflammation up in your head, in your nose? Are you sick and tired of the pain and suffering? If you answered yes, then you're gonna want to watch this next video. It's a video that I made several years ago, back in 2019, on how to loosen and remove mucus from the body. If you're tired of these issues, you don't need to deal with that anymore. Learn and understand why your body's doing that. And when you do understand that, you'll know what you need to change in order to allow the body, first and foremost, to eliminate that waste, which is very important, and then no longer have those type of eliminations, no longer have to eliminate that kind of waste. Now, I'm Professor Spira. I've practiced something called the Mucusless diet healing system for over 19 years, and I've helped thousands of people transform their lives using these methods that are inside the Mucusless diet healing system. I get into a little bit of that in this upcoming video. Before you go there, I want you to go down below, click the link, and sign up for our Insiders Club. And when you do, you will get 5 free recipes, 5 free mucus-free recipes that will help you eliminate mucus from your body. There's a couple other little goodies that we have for you. They're an introduction to mucus-free menu planning. Click the link, sign up so you can get on the Insiders Club, be the first to know when we drop different things. We got a lot of stuff planned, a lot of exciting things gonna drop. You wanna be a part of that. And now, without any further ado, check out this great video on how to loosen and eliminate mucus from your body. Here we go. Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Professor Spira, and today I want to talk about how to dissolve and eliminate mucus, particularly mucus that's really hard. There's sometimes you get this hardened mucus, or you get this inflammation in such a way where the mucus isn't really flowing. It's not doing what you want it to do. And so in that case, you want to get what I call a little bit more aggressive. And by getting more aggressive with your transition, first and foremost, Mucusless diet healing system, I'm going to assume you already know a little bit about what's going on in this book, because this is first and foremost, this is what you want to do, is get into the system, not just change your diet, not just do a little colon irrigation, not just do a little exercise, not just get a little sun, not just do a couple herbs. It's about the system, putting all of these different therapeutic, naturopathic pieces together. That's the art of this. Learning how to put all of these different pieces, all of these tools that we have at our disposal, all of these different processes, learning how to put them together in a systematic fashion that allows us to take our physiologies to the next level, loosen and eliminate the waste permanently, and ensure that it doesn't come back. So if we're talking about loosening up more aggressive stuff, one thing in the Mucusless diet book that Ehret recommends, he had a really tough case where somebody, he fasted them and that didn't take care of it. He fasted, Mucusless diet, enemas, all that kind of stuff, and they were still having these problems. So he juiced some lemon with the rind and all, or he juiced the lemon and then he kind of chopped up and blended up the rind, and essentially she drank down just straight lemon juice, lemon rind, and lemon juice. And now I'm not saying this is something you necessarily want to do, but understand the principle behind why this worked in this case study that we're sharing. So she drank that down, and whatever the issue was that she was going with, it finally loosened it up. So when you're talking about needing to loosen things up, get things moving, you're going to want to focus on the things that get stuff moving in the body. The citrus fruits are amazing for that. I'm a big advocate of lemons. You can do limes if you are not into lemons and you have, you've adopted a hybrid theory or something like that, fine. But I just find the lemons to be the most potent help eliminate the best. But lemons, limes, all that kind of thing is good. Some people they'll fast for a couple of days on something like oranges. Orange juice fast, fresh orange juice. That can be amazing for loosening up this waste. Now, if you are drinking down, as I did a lot in the early days when I was trying to deal with some addictions, being addicted to, there was a point in my life where I was addicted to tobacco products, and there's a lot of people didn't even know, that I was into that were people that were my family and stuff, but I was into that. With the Mucusless diet, when I was transitioning, I ate a lot of lemon, and so I would crave a cigarette or a Black and Mild, which is like a small little mini cigar, and instead of doing that, which I would have did, and I'm in college, in a very stressful, this particular program I'm in, a music program, is a very stressful program, and so I would say be in the practice room, I might be practicing 4 or 5 hours a day or more, and pretty much about every hour I would take a break and smoke a cigarette or something, go out. It gives you a chance to go outside and clear your head and all that kind of stuff, and you got this pressure and this stress, and so I was alleviated using that with that nasty habit. Once I got into the Mucusless diet, I'm like, okay, I got to get off of it. I got to stop this. This makes no sense. This is ridiculous. And first and foremost, I'm a musician. I'm a wind musician. So I'm supposed to really take care of this, the breath work and the lungs and being able to breathe in. And so it makes no sense to be smoking. Come on, that just make no sense. But I was addicted to it. And so instead of smoking, I still took a break. I still went outside, but instead of smoking, I would eat half of a lemon, rind and all. I just ate the thing. I just eat this lemon. And that kind of gave me this acid stimulation, and it took the craving away for the smoke. Now, how does this relate to loosening up and removing the mucus in the waste? We have to make the connection that the reason that I was craving the tobacco products is because there's uneliminated residue, toxic waste. And the way that you do that, whether you're getting rid of something like that type of toxic stuff, or some of the mucusy, thicker, hard kind of stuff, the principle is going to be the same. And so I needed to flush and get that stuff. Once those toxins were out of my body, and I also did some mental work, I did some releasing. You've heard me talk about Sedona method before, but whatever you use, I advocate also being mindful of the mental process, because you're also, as you transition, it's another reason I like to talk about and emphasize transition, because your mind has to transition with your body and your physiology. But I was flushing that stuff out. So every time, if I was still craving it, boom, I'm eating this lemon. And it just keeps coming around. Now, when it was time to eat a dinner meal or something like that, I'm following the principles in here, so as best as I can. So that was like a whole other kind of journey, aspect of the journey. And so I might be craving some snacks, or, I was still going, in the real early days, I'm still going to Taco Bell, eating the bean burritos and that kind of stuff. So that's a whole other thing. I actually talk about some of that type of details of my transition in Spira Speaks, dialogues and essays on the Mucusless diet healing system. There's a lot of case studies in here, wisdom from my early days of practicing the Mucusless diet. I wanted to write that stuff down because I knew that I had to capture that mentality, because what I was going through, and me remembering what I was going through in those times, would really help people. Versus if I wrote this book today, this would be 100% a different book. And so eventually we'll come out with volumes, because this is volume 1, 2, and 3. We'll do volumes 4, 5, and 6 at some time in the future. But it's all connected. I mean, that's the thing. Whatever the subject is, we're gonna be talking about Mucus diet healing system. In the transition together, certain emphasis depending on, you know, if you fasting process, more aggressive citrus juices, and, you know, kind of the acid fresh juice of the acid fruits. You know, I mean, we can get into those kind of specifics and things like that, but at the end of the day, it's about working the system. So always come back to the system, no matter what you go through, because you could be on the mucus diet for years, and then you get some stumbling blocks, or you find yourself back into eating some old stuff, or you find something new that is plant-based and might be eliminating well, but it's addictive, and you get off into it, man. All of that, it's part of the journey. It's all gonna happen. So many people want to make this out to be a straight line proposition, when, as I always say, this is like a spiral, and you want to be spiraling up. So there's going to be ups and downs, but you just want to keep over time going up, even though you're having the micro ups and downs that happen over time. Fruits, green leafy vegetables, get away from the mucus forming foods. Check out the lemon juice and distilled water enemas. Check out lemon juice, lemon water, you know, fasting. We recommend the short-term fast. For fasting recommendations, check out rational fasting, physical, mental, and spiritual rejuvenation. If you want to get all these books in one bundle for a great sale price, it's way cheaper than if you were to try to buy all these books on Amazon. Check out the link below. You can get the whole book bundle for a great price. And that's where it's at. So transition. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, because we're going to be talking about the Mucus diet healing system, transitioning, the art. You know, I love making a connection between art and living the lifestyle, and how to do this thing. So it's a lot of fun, and it's hard work. I mean, I never try to lead people on to act like this is not a hard process. There's a lot of people to try to sell. They'll say, oh, it's real easy, you know, just these 3 easy steps and you can do. It's like, in terms of adopting this lifestyle, it's a challenge. And you also have to be prepared to transform. A lot of people think they're ready to change and think they're ready to transform, but they're not. They're still holding on to who they were, what they used to do, old friends, old family relationships, you know, dynamics. The dynamics are going to change, and you got to let them change. And if you don't, then you're going to suffer. There's going to be a lot of challenge, and that's one of the huge pieces of practicing the mucus diet is, are you ready to really transform? Or are you ready to totally transform your body, mind, and spirit into, you say, the Homo spiritus? We're trying to transition from the Homo sapien to the Homo spiritus. You get way more refined. And so I thank you for tuning in, and until next time, peace, love, and breath. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video on how to loosen and remove mucus from the body, but you have to take action. All the information in the world is not going to help you if you do not take action right now. Go down below. If you haven't done so yet, click that link, get the 5 free recipes to get started in an introduction to mucus-free menu planning, and you'll be on the mailing list. And when we drop some other information, some other things coming down the pike, some coaching programs, some other stuff that might really help you out, you will be in a position to be able to get that information and take action. But you got to take immediate action. This isn't like think about it, and this is you take action now. Get this waste out of your system so you don't need to suffer anymore. You don't need to live life just with chronic nose issues, blowing your nose, inflammation, coughing up phlegm, this mucus all just inhabiting your body. You don't need to. This is the advancement. We are advanced. Get into the 21st century. We don't have to suffer the diseases of the 20th and the 19th and the 18th century. We no longer need to suffer the way that our ancestors suffered, because they didn't know what we know. And so now we understand, and we know we can eliminate these foods from our diet, this waste from our body, and we can feel so much better. So before you go, I want you to take a look right here. Click this. This is another great video that will help you along with your journey. Click right here, right now, and I will see you over there.